I'm Julian and I'm 62. I've been a journalist for many years and now I help run a little consultancy. We train people how to deal with interviews.
I'm Rhian and I'm 64. I've been a journalist for almost 50 years now, and for most of that time I've been self-employed. Previously, with our old pension platform, the charges really bothered me, and there was a lack of flexibility, lack of choice of funds as well.
We used to get these letters that told us how much we had, and it gave you a little list of the investments that we were in. But I felt I had no control over buying, selling, changing them. It wasn't easy to do that. It's night and day, the range of investment options that we now have. With our previous provider, Standard Life, there was a very set number of house funds. Now I can buy any fund I want to, which is great. I can do it very easily without having to sit on the phone for several hours. And once I've done it, I've got a wonderful dashboard that tells me exactly how it's doing. In a new provider, I was keen obviously on charges. That was a big thing. I was keen on reviews, what other people thought of that particular provider. And I was also keen on how the actual interface looked on the website and on the app. So I was familiar with Interactive Investor for some years when we used to buy and sell shares. And then it truly came onto the radar when we were looking to move our pension, and it popped up among some of the SIPP providers.
Our pension is funded through our limited company, and it's very flexible. Once or twice a year we just send some money over and then buy and sell as we see fit during the year. You can keep it in cash at not a too bad a rate. So it's very flexible. The II structure is so much easier to understand. You have a flat fee, you're charged to trade. Whereas our previous provider, it was a percentage of the fund, and it was more painful that way. When I've rung up, it's always gone really well. People understand what they're talking about, they're cheerful, concise, and deal with the issue straight away. People will talk to you, real people who know what you're talking about.
The II website is very rich in content. And it's very updated as well, so there's usually something new to look at there. I think it's very well done, it's very clear, it's very concise, and it's quite compelling as well. Yeah, I use that a lot. The trading part is really, really simple, and you decide how much or how many shares, units you want to buy. Just put it in, it does the sums for you.
I'm happy with it because I can understand it, I can see it. I was travelling in Germany in the summer and there's lots going on in the stock market. It was on my phone. Even me, who can barely send an email on a bad day, I could sell things, I could buy. It was really, really straightforward. And it's also made us trade a lot more and look at what things are doing, because we couldn't find out with our previous provider. Now it's all in front of us, and if you see something's down 5%, you start to think, well, should I be doing something about this? Whereas in the past, our money could have doubled and we wouldn't have known.
I like the idea that actually we could use a drawdown process, or actually keep a sum of money in there and just take sums out when we wish. So that's very appealing. I think my previous provider, you could only do a very kind of hard stop when you got to a certain age and then crystallise what you have. I think the II option is very flexible. I don't think there's anything I do differently, really. I think I've made, for one of the first times in my life, the right decision.
What about marrying me?
Perfect decision. That aside, it was a great decision.
I absolutely recommend II. It's worked very, very well for me. It's been straightforward, and I wish I'd found it years ago.